That's how scary it is. That is just how scared they're going to be today.
Jay.
Yeah.
Great to be back.
That's just how scary it's going to be.
Yes, it is. It's going to get real scary.
All right.
Yes, it is.
All right. Okay.
Ask us the question, Jay.
Yeah. Ask y'all the question for today. It might last past today, though.
I know it.
Yeah.
It usually does.
The question on the show today
is
why is it that we all can't? Why is it that we all can't get along? You know, like you remember Rodney King said, "Can we all just get along?" But we kind of put a little twist on it. In the reverse, it's really the same question, but why is it that we all can't get along? Because when he said that, they wasn't getting along.
they was
not getting along. That's right. In his eyesight, getting beat down.
And then it wasn't nobody getting along at that time.
No, wasn't everybody getting along.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It was madness and mayhem during that time.
See, he sent out a plea. Can we all just get off? But see, what's left the question, why is it that we can't?
Why is it that we can't?
Why is it that we just can't get along?
But Jay, to just, if I could, open a statement, I think, can't and won't are two different things.
Can't and won't.
Can and won't. See, can't, that means there's no room for that to happen. There's no room beyond a shadow of a doubt for that to happen. But if you say won't, then we know that there is room for it. There's a possibility that it could happen, that it could be some unity, but it depends on who the people are. It depends on who you are. Now, if you got a person that's willing to take the low road and allow that for that thing to work out, if that's the only way it can work out, then that's fine. But then you got those that no matter what, they just not gonna get along with you. They're just not gonna do it. They won't do it.
Not gonna happen.
They won't do it. They won't do it. Not that they can't. They won't. And know the circumstances of the situation. Know everything that it takes to solve it and everything. But because of something in them that won't let them do it. Won't let them do it.
It ain't happening.
It ain't happening.
Not today.
No. Not now day. It ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen.
And that's the sadness of it, Jay, when you can say that, why can't we? There's always, so you ask the question, why can't we get along? There's always a chance that a situation can work out for the good if people are willing. If they're willing, it can work out for the good. But the only reason they won't is if they just ain't gonna do it. Won't do it.
Just won't. Ain't gonna happen today.
Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. And you got people like that. I mean, you really do. You got people like that just won't do it. And let me just say this. Now we know. You tell us on the show, Jay, that any relationship that you have with a person is a relationship. Any connection, any contact you have with a person is a relationship. So now, I mean, we're going to get into different aspects of relationship, but I'm talking about a family instance, right now. And it's funny that, when this question came up for the show topic today, I was just experiencing that with two family members that happen to be brothers. And and we know that sibling rivalry has been since the beginning of time. But some sibling rivalries can go to the extreme. And so in this case, my two family members, brothers, it's at the extreme. Why can't y'all get along? Why can't you get along? You know, and then one is saying, well, because he's like this, and the other one is saying, well, because he's like this, I'm through with him. I'm through messing with him. Okay, but what are you causing in there? Oh, it ain't never me. It ain't me.
It ain't me.
It's him.
Oh.
And the other one is saying, it ain't me. It's him. You know. So you got to look at the what role do you play in it? What are you causing to allow this, to make this situation what it is? What are you doing? You know. And then when you got two people that saying it ain't me, it's them. It's not me. It's him. When you got two people saying that, and they just set in the fact that it's not them and it's the other person, you gonna always have conflict. That's what I'm saying. And so I think that that's where we are now when you ask us the question, why can't we get along? Because you got people that truly believe, and let's just say for the sake of argument that you are right. Okay, but a part of wanting for it to be peace in whatever relationship you're in is just saying, hey, you know what, this is not even worth the conflict. You know, it's not even worth the conflict. But then you got those, like I said, that are just stiff-necked. Can I use that word?
Stiff-necked.
Stiff-necked.
It hurt when they try to turn it.
Yeah.
That's why they don't. That's why they don't want. That's why they.
Yeah.
They stuck. That's why they stuck. They won't feel the pain.
Yeah. They stuck in their ways.
It hurt.
And
to try to straighten it out. That's what they said. You know? Yeah, that's a good analogy. It really is. Hurt to try to straighten it out.
Just try to straighten that thing out.
Oh, so they just stay.
They just stay right there. They just stay right there because that's what they, you know.
Oh, okay.
They've been like that for so long, you know. And as a person gets older, you know, I've seen it happen. You know, if you're not willing in your mind to say, okay, well, there's some things in me that need to change. If you believe that you're right all the time, and everybody else is wrong, then you gonna have a problem. You gonna have an issue.
Yep. All right.
You're gonna be the one causing most likely the confusion and why people can't get along. Yeah. So why we can't get along, Jeff?
Well, it's a bunch of things. I think I'm gonna talk about some things to make notice. About getting along, you know, just a couple of things for people that's out there listening. And if you're tuning in to the live show today, we want to hear what you have to say. Join us in this conversation. If you've seen it on the screen, if not, our number is 931-220-7063. We'll put you on the air, let you, you know, run with it. All right?
Yeah.
Yep. And I guarantee you, we'll get along. But yeah, a couple of things about this is that I just want to kind of open up people's mind because, you know, and looking around in today's society, you know, folk be like, you know, we get along just fine. Really? Okay. All right. So, is it you get along just fine or you get along a percentage of the time?
Okay.
Because I be seeing some folk, they be going at it.
But to them, it might be just fine. And that's why they can earnestly look you in the face and say that.
But the thing of it is, alright, here's what I say. If you complaining about something,
yes.
If you be saying, you going at it. Right. To them, like, I hear what you're saying. You're right. There's some people that will say that you're like, oh, we be like that at certain times, but you know, we get along just fine. You know, every relationship gotta have a little controversy. Okay. I mean, it is true. There will be some differences between two people. Nobody's ever 100% in agreement with things because we all are so independent and have different sides to our thoughts. We can be in line and have differences, but the thing to say to get along, okay, that's when two people can work it out. Two or more people have the ability, and I said ability, to actually work out their indifferences. Maybe you may not still agree, but you've come to the point that the two of you all are saying, okay, that's how you see it. I respect the way you see it. Because that's you, that's not me. I'm not going to have a problem with it because I understand we're different, okay? But many times folk want to force they're who they are into somebody else.
And that's where the conflict
That's where a lot of conflict come in. And there are people like in relationships that a couple relationships that's whether you're dating, long-term relationships, even marriage, especially if you're married, if this is a concern sign, because and I heard you say there's some people that think they're okay. They think they're okay. And I'm not promoting sex, but I'm just saying this is something part of reality of life. People, you hear this thing, we be having our follows, but when we get back home, we do makeup sex, we do that. I'm like, how do you do makeup? How does? I mean, really, I'm just keeping it real. If your problem resurfaces, especially if it resurfaces two or three times, the truth is you have not made it up.
You have not resolved it.
You haven't resolved it. And so somebody is not being truthful somewhere. Because when it's resolved, it is actually resolved. I mean, you can't, ain't no Indian giving right here, okay, baby, it's resolved, and next week, you know what, I was sitting here thinking, and I just got mad all over again, because I'm sitting here thinking
about that thing. And then there you go. There you go all over again.
All over again.
Yes. So, so in saying that, there's going to always be conflict if it's not resolved. Okay, so now, and it reminds me of why did I get married? The couple on why did I get married? That was their issue, and nothing ever got resolved with them. They were always going around going around them same issues, and they wasn't just not getting along. I mean, they was like, borderline, fighting, I mean, really. And you have to be careful of that thing. If you can I ain't gonna say if, because if you two have decided that you're gonna be together, whether it's in a relationship or marriage or whatever, then it's so important that those kind of issues get resolved, because they will lead to something, down the line that you're not gonna want. And so when you look at the things that that are going on now, and we could go, one of the issues that I'm thinking about now at this point is that the issues that we have with each other. Okay, when I say each other, y'all know what I'm saying. The issues that we as a people, don't want to get along. I mean, and there are a lot of things that come into play, and I understand that. But one of the things that really gets me is that the jealousy factor. The jealousy. Okay, so now if you're in business or something like that, and your business is thriving, and I'm in business and mine is not thriving for whatever reason, I get mad and try to sabotage you because your business is thriving. Instead of me coming to you saying, hey, look, can you give me some points? Can you give me some pointers? Can you give me some ideas? Can you give me some things that I can institute into my business to try to get my business, where you are? But instead of doing that, we will go the opposite and try to sabotage, a person. And for what? Why? When it's enough, if your business is thriving and my business is different from yours, but yet both of us are still at the point where we can achieve something, why shouldn't that be enough? You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah. Why shouldn't that be enough? Instead of us having to, because I'm mad with you because your business is more thriving more than mine. And so we have to be careful of that thing. And and this goes a long way. Now, we just hit the points on relationships and things like that. But, it also, sad to say, and maybe I'll wait for you to say it, Jack.
No.
In the church.
Oh, okay. Oh.
In the church.
Oh.
Wow.
You bring up the
Yes.
Is that because I'm the host?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the honors.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. As I was saying, people tend to have these attitudes. When somebody, as you were saying, somebody's getting more attention. They want to start having the attitudes, or somebody's getting. We won't even I won't say we won't, but we have a problem being conscious about esteeming the other person. That's where I think I want to say it.
Okay.
We have a problem being conscious. It might be in the back of your head somewhere, in the jungle, in your head, somewhere. All right. That you have some kind of thought. Well, I want to see my baby or my friend or my family member be successful and what. But then, and I say conscience. But in your conscience, it's like, well, why they got to be doing all that? It don't take all that to do that. In your opinion. In your opinion. But it might just take all that, to get where they got to get to. But instead of encouraging them, pumping them up and all that, we want to keep tearing them down, putting weights on them and stumbling blocks, and Lord, if they give up because of you, are we really getting along?
Are we really? That's true. That's
are we really? So when you get along, you look out for the better good of the other person. When you're getting along, if you're really getting along,
right? If you really get along,
if you really get along,
right? You're not doing sneaky stuff behind their back,
right? And because I see, I'm gonna get to the church thing, but I see people even in businesses, they be going cutthroat just to get to the top over somebody else. There's something I've seen where folks get other folks fired. Just to get to up over there. That jealousy and that enviness.
That's ugly too.
Yeah.
That's an ugly thing.
And that's a relationship. That's employee relationship, business relationship, work relationship. We even see this stuff in the church.
Not in the church, though.
In the church. In those buildings made by hand, by men. Them churches.
Wow.
Them buildings made by men. Clay and mortar.
Yeah.
Them churches.
Those. Okay.
Yeah. I ain't talking about the vessels. That have 2 legs and 2 arms. I ain't talking about them kind of churches. I'm talking about in the church. In the church, as I said. In the church.
That's going on in the church, James?
In the church. Yeah.
That has been your experience.
It's going on in the church. I'm going to throw some things out. Why is it that you have. I mean, in even in a small city can have 100 churches. I mean, in a small city, one that you drive through in about 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You done drove went in one end and then drove out into the other end in 15 minutes. Can have at least 100 churches, even if it had 50. Why is it, and well, Lord help you if you're in a metropolitan city, but why is it that churches really don't help each other? I ain't talking about the help, like there's one church invite the other church to come, for the pastor to come preach, and of course if they invite the pastor, that's the business strategy, you know, the business strategy. Don't think there ain't politics and business strategy, business politics in churches. You want to see some politics? You go to get involved in church politics. All right. Y'all think the government politics ain't got you get involved in church politics. Okay. I'm just telling it like it is now. And folk, don't get me wrong. I'm not putting the church down. I'm not putting any person down. Can't nobody make a visual presence of who you are except yourself. Okay? If I present myself as a selfish, egotistical, stuck up, aggravating, if I present myself as that, then that's what I'm going to be noticed at. And if people are noticing me being what I just described, then it's not, and they're talking about me because it's true, and it's a fact, then it's not them putting me down, it's me putting me down, because I set
the precedence for that. Wow,
I position myself to be confirmed factually as that. So, all right, I just wanted to make that clear. I'm not putting, but here's some truth. We have churches that won't, and I'm saying outside. Let me get back to the pastor. They invite the pastor because the strategic strategy is, well, most of the time is this preacher. They note this preacher to be able to preach good, to make folks shout and all that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm gonna get into that ministry thing a little later on, but which getting them to shout and all that ain't really about the ministry of Christ and God, but they do note that is very strongly one of the reasons when they invite certain, I say certain, because there's a whole lot of pastors. They be like, no, he ain't gonna be able to, because he ain't gonna be. Okay, can they really? I mean, are they actually teaching the word? Yeah, but he don't be making. He teaches the word, but he don't make folks shout. We won't. He ain't got a lot of people that gonna travel with him and all that kind of stuff. So that's the psychology. And of course, money is involved. Money is involved. You know, believe it or not, that is really the paganistic thought of their practices.
The defining factor.
That's a matter of fact. We're coming into Christmas, as a matter of fact. This wasn't even in my thoughts. Just can't pop up. But I'm gonna throw this out of here. We're coming up into Christmas. That's why I said paganistic thought. How Christ, and some folks still will fight with you because they don't want to check, they don't want to believe, but they don't want to check and fact check the truth. There are still a bunch of people misled to really think that Christ was born on the 25th of December.
That's not
that's another topic.
Yeah.
We got a show. We have to show you have to go back up in April.
Yeah.
Up in April.
Yes.
Around Easter, you look it up. Just go in our archives. You'll find it. The truth about the holidays, these religious holidays. But I will say, Christ was not born in December. He was born up in the mid to late fall, before winter came, or before winter set in. There are several scriptures that support that, but they don't have an exact date. But it definitely rules out in December 25th. Okay, definitely. But so the truth about that is, I said in a paganistic thought or practice, what happened was the government had these pagan gods, sun gods, and they and it was their celebration was on the 25th of December. Their paganistic sun gods, and so the government, just like they do right now, just how the government's so greedy. They saw this other group of people, the Christians, and they had festivals and they had merchants and all that. So they were taxing the merchants. So or vendors, if you want to call them. So they're trying to figure out, well, how can we get more taxes, make more money? So they figured out, well, they got a God, so why don't we, if we take their God and put it on the same day as our God, where we're having this festival, and to get them to come to the festival, then we can get their money. That's how all that started.
Oh, Jay.
That's how all that started. And it got drafted and became popular, and things that if it keeps going, people tend to assume that's the way it really is, but that's not the way it really is. So, all right, back on track. Okay, that's y'all Christmas lesson for today. So when I said, the patient is so they invite these folks. So outside of trying to get the crowd, if it wasn't about that, why is it that churches who claim that they're doing the work of the Lord, and I say that like that, who claim they're doing the work of the Lord, then when you ask, when that question is asked, then you need to have a defining, well, what is the work of the Lord?
Okay.
What did Christ say? Seeing to the sick, helping the elderly, healing folk, doing community service,
word.
Spreading the word, which means not just staying in your
not selling
and we find churches won't go to other churches to help them, to assist them, but they say, well, we're all one in Christ, but we don't act like it. And many times the churches don't act like it, and they really don't. And there's many of them who don't do a service to the community. But they want you to come get that money.
Oh yeah. And Jay, and you got,
I'm
just
saying,
what we're talking about, the church. You got, like you mentioned earlier about, pastors coming to different churches. You got some pastors and preachers now that are big time, if you want to say that, well known, but won't come unless it's a certain amount, for them. When I say a certain amount, I'm talking about, these well known, TV evangelists. If you call them and ask them to come, they want to know, first of all, where you at, how many people you got in your church, how many people going to be there, and they're going to tell you what they want to come.
Right.
Okay. So now, what are you doing? The question is asked. Why can't we all just get up? What are you doing? Why do I have to pay you this much money in order for you to come and preach from the same Bible that I study from, or minister from, or minister to people to. Why? Just because your name is whatever your name is, and I won't throw no names out there, but y'all know who they are. And I'm not saying it's all of them. I don't know that. I don't know that. But I'm just saying, for the most part, you know, if you call them, they got to know all of this in advance before they even decide to come.
Yeah. The modern church has really become a marketplace, which Christ ran folk out of the temple. For I'm just saying. Now, I'm saying this, and folk might be asking, why Jay putting down the church? Well, I'll let y'all know I'm a minister myself. All right.
You a minister?
I'm pastor.
You're a pastor. Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah. Okay. And they wanna. And so I'm just saying, there's some real. I don't know why we don't want to know the truth. It said the truth shall make you free, not set you free.
Right,
make you means molded. It will, yeah. There's some pain in getting molded.
It is. It is. It hurts.
Yeah. Because it takes some squeezing and and reach.
Right.
Not set, because you could set a lion free by just opening the cage.
Yeah. But to make it takes molding.
Yeah.
And Jay, and that is such a good point. That's what we need as people. We need to be molded. But see, now the thing of it is, will we allow that to happen? Or do we want to stay stuck and conform into that the way we are? And then these are the same ones as us will ask you with a straight face, I don't know why my life is always like this. You know, I honestly don't know. Really? What about you? Oh, ain't nothing. And then the next breath say, oh, it ain't nothing wrong with me. It's everybody else. You know who had that? And I'm reminded because Martin had that philosophy. You know, Martin the show that used to come on. And they used to ask him, you know, why did he always, why was he always like that with people? And then he was like, it wasn't them. It wasn't him. And people made him like that. That was his philosophy. People made him like that. So you got some people that earnestly have that kind of mindset. It's not me.
Right.
People make me like this. They make me do this. They make me say these things. You know. And that's why we can't. We ain't gonna ever be able to get along because it's them. Because it's them. We're not gonna ever be able to get along because they won't, conform to you. Conform to your way of thinking, conform to your way of doing things. And if everybody, and people, let me just say, this is an old saying. If everybody is saying the same thing, they ain't wrong. If people are saying the same thing about you, okay, you understand what I'm saying? If people saying everybody, when I say everybody, I'm talking about for the most part in general. The high percentage. If they saying it, everybody ain't lying. Everybody ain't telling a lie. So now where does that leave you? Okay, let me get myself together. Let me see, where I play a role in this and try to change where I am right now. You got people today walking around thinking that it's nothing wrong with them. And that everything that they do, I ain't gonna say everything, what they, some of the things that they do, some of the ways that they think is right.
Here's one thing I think people didn't understand this one scripture when it says when a man looks into the mirror and turns around, the folk literally take words the wrong way in the Bible. Now, it's not saying when you go to a actual glass mirror and you see yourself and walk away with no change. Now it's using an analogy there. It's kind of like, okay, when you see your hair is all crazy looking, you just getting up out of the bed, Your hair going all kinds of ways. You got matter all in your eye. You know, you got dried up drip from the corner of your mouth. Now you don't do nothing about it, but you put on some clothes
and go
outside of the house or go to the store, and you ain't did nothing about it, but you see it, and you know it's going to look nasty to everybody.
Breath smell like hot garbage.
Yeah, with a little hot sauce on it. Yeah. And you know, you know good and well, because you would say, if somebody walked up to you, you would have a problem with it too, or you'd have something to say about it. Yeah. And if not to their face, to the behind their back.
No, to their face. When somebody come up to you and say something to you like that, and you didn't walk that, you don't know me like that.
Right.
Yeah, but you done came outside. Why you outside like that? You know, I'm just saying.
You know, so it's not really talking about that. It's using an analogy.
Yeah.
But the mirror reflection is not the glass when it comes to your character.
Yeah.
It's not the mirror glass, because how many times have you looked at that mirror glass and still didn't see your character? That's not talking about a mirror glass. The mirror reflection that is talking about is when you look at folk and the folk are casting back what they are reflecting about you. Yeah. That's what it's really meaning. And you have no change. You have been given a reflection of who you are and how you present yourself. And so you still gonna walk around with that bad breath, meaning that bad attitude. That messed up chaos hairdo, meaning your chaos messed up character. All right, and not do nothing about it. Okay, and just like you walk out there bad hair, slob all come, the dried up slob, and you know, stuff hanging out of your nose and matter in your eye, and you know, and face peeling off and all that, and bad breath. And folk would talk about you behind your back and talk about you. The same with your character. They're gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
They're gonna do the same thing.
Yes. Yeah. The same with your character.
And then you're gonna get mad.
Yeah. Honestly, I for real get mad.
Yeah, because you ain't trying to do nothing about it. So, just saying, folks.
But not only that, you ain't trying to do nothing about it. But then you got those like Jay, like I was talking about earlier, that think that it's not them.
Right.
They don't have a problem with nothing about them. They good. It's everybody else that has a problem.
Right.
Those are the people that are in for a long, hard journey. When you at least if you as a person say, well, you know what, I know some things about me that, you know, I know is messed up. You know, accept that to yourself. You ain't even got to tell nobody. But if you say within yourself, I know some stuff about me that I know needs to be better. There's hope and help for you. But now, if you just adamantly saying it ain't me, it's everybody else, you're gonna have a problem.
Yep.
You have a problem.
Gonna have a problem. Yep. And a lot of people do be saying that that it's not me. You know, I mean, I go down from business to family relationship to dating, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband and wife. Even churches will say, no, they ain't here. We love everybody, but you still ain't showing it.
Still ain't showing it.
You're not showing it.
Yeah.
And they think they just like you said.
Yeah.
That they ain't doing nothing wrong. They you know, that they straight. That they straight. But they actually know. They actually know what the real truth is.
Absolutely.
They know. They
Absolutely.
know. They know.
Absolutely.
You know. The folk, I ain't come down on church. I'm just dealing with truth.
Yeah.
And if it fits, like you know, Jay, if it don't fit, then it ain't you.
Yeah. And I think, you know, for the most part, you know, Jay, you know, those of us that are, you know, that are affiliated, you know, on a regular basis, that you got, it's a lot of us there on a regular basis when, you know, for the most part, when the church doors open and got issues and know you got an issue, but won't do anything about it. That's dangerous for you to have. If you right there every time, you know, and won't do anything about it. Now we know everything is a process, but you have to be willing, people. You have to be willing to say, I got some stuff that needs to be changed, and allow it to be worked on.
Right.
If you can. It's always help for that. But then these are the same ones that you know can't get along with nobody. Nobody cannot get along. Won't get along with anybody.
Right.
You know, and so that's a dangerous position to be in. We got to be careful of that.
Yeah.
Let's be better.
Yeah.
You know, let's be better.
That's one of the reasons that the injustice to the African Americans, and not just African Americans, there's been many races. The Hispanic, there's a bunch of injustice to them. There was injustice to Jews. There's injustice to Muslims. But the thing of it is, the reason why there's injustice to them, in any area. I'll just make it quite general. Any area falls upon these particular factors. Envy. Envy will be because maybe somebody's getting ahead quicker than you. Well, jealous, because jealousy and envy, they pretty much going to be about the same. But because somebody getting ahead of you, somebody getting more than you,
fear.
Somebody has, well, it still all goes together, has more opportunity. All that's pretty much the same. So you're jealous about it, or you envy because you sitting there saying that should have been me. That ought to have been me. You know, and I'll say 50% of the time when it could have been you is because you caused it to not be you. There was something that maybe self did. In other words, if they started a business, you got to look at what they went through. Okay, especially if they weren't a person to inherit a bunch of money. Right. And they had to struggle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
But they had to struggle. I'm so glad for the example that President Obama, making president, and to hear his story. He wasn't like unlike all the other presidents who was already either well-to-do, in money, or already somebody in their family in politics, somebody, President Obama didn't have nobody in politics, nobody well-to-do, came from poor family. I mean, he didn't have nothing in his corner compared to any other president. But he made this, with his story, is such an inspiration. All right?
Yeah.
And so when I say it, a lot of times the reason it's not us that are, receiving something that many people have, might be because of us, ourselves. Because you see, there was a story behind. Obama wasn't handed down nothing. He worked for everything. And went at it to get there. But when we start saying, we get mad because somebody else is pressing their way to get there, but we want to sit on our lazy behind and say, well, that's too much work. But it took a lot of work for them to get there.
Yeah.
That's too much. I don't feel like doing that. But you're going to get mad at me.
Yeah. Because I work to achieve.
Work to achieve.
Yeah.
But you're going to get mad at me.
Yeah.
And then really get mad when I do get achieved. When I do achieve.
Yes.
Because now you figure, okay, because I achieve, hey, come help a brother out.
Mm-hmm.
And, put me in with whatever you're doing.
Right.
You're going to jump from the lazy chair to a busy chair.
Yeah.
Like Flash Gordon and Superman changed clothes.
And still, and then, Jay, even in that position, we still don't want to work then.
Yeah, right.
You're given an opportunity.
Right. Because your head is not set.
Okay. But then you say, well, because this is my friend, or this is my sister, or this is my, whoever else. You want to come to a job every day and just sit down and expect that just because that's your brother or your sister to get paid for doing nothing. Really? You got people like that.
Yeah.
And then when you get fired, you mad. And now you got all this confusion in the family or wherever it is because you didn't want to do anything. And if we honest with ourselves, Jay, if we honest with ourselves, we are either one or two of those people. You know who you are. So now, if you the opposite side and you know that you don't feel right about that, then be adult enough or mature enough to change that thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Change it. And don't be. And we got Jay, and we got this bad with us. Is that when we see a brother or a sister achieving something, like you said, the first thing we want to do is sabotage it. Why is it like that? Why is it like that? That is so. And now everybody is not like that. That's not what I'm saying. But you got those. There are some because they worked hard, and that's why they have achieved what they achieved. You may not want to do like you, and you made this point earlier, Jack. You may not want to do what it took for them to get what they got. Find out what's gonna work for you.
Right.
Find out what's going to work for you. And work on that. Because everything is not for everybody. What worked for you, Jay, may not work for me that way. So I got to find a way that's going to work for me in order for me to achieve. But all the while I'm working on that, I'm coming to you. And I'm saying, hey, when you was doing in this part right here, what did you do? Can you give me, and then, and if you care about me enough as a person, as a sister, or whatever, and you want to see me achieve, you're not going to have the fact, well, if I tell her what I did, then she may come up more than me, because that's not who you are. So who are you?
I find that very interesting too. And a couple of things you brought up and you said, but with the family members and all that, and somebody goes to work for, say, like one brother done created a big business, profitable business. He brings in the lazy brother who ain't trying to do, but he trying to give them a chance.
Yes.
He trying to look out for the brother, for his own brother. All right, and get into business. And there was a show, Tyler Perry. I'm trying to remember the name of the show. Where Tyler Perry was, had the business, and his brother, it was actually a family business. He took over the business and boomed it up more, and his brother was doing stuff that was sabotaging the business. I cannot think the name of the movie for to save my soul, but somebody might because there was a lady, she was a maid, and he fell in love with her. She was one of the cleanup people, and she was homeless. Yeah, Tyler Perry movie, and she was homeless, and Tyler Perry didn't know it till around the end, toward middle ways.
Yeah. I remember that movie.
She was raising her daughter. They was sleeping in
her office building that she was working in. Right. I can't remember the name of that movie. Right. Yes.
So the brother doing a bunch of stuff to sabotage, and he had to let his brother go.
Yes.
He had to let his brother go because he was about to mess up the business.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And even his mother, Tyler, the mother, I cannot think of her name. She was on Bill Cosby. I can't think.
Rashad.
Yeah, Rashad. Yeah. Who made the comment, said family sticks up for family, and he's like, not when they messing up.
That's right.
He's like, not when they messing up.
Yeah.
And that's what sometimes the attitude folk have. Well, our family sticks up for family. Well, family, now here's the flip side. If family sticks up for family, the one who messing it up, is that really sticking up for your side?
Right.
The part you supposed to be doing, sticking up. Because if you were sticking up for the family, I done gave you a chance. You messing it up. You're not sticking up for me.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not sticking up for me.
Right. That's right. That's right.
If family sticks up for the family.
Yeah. You're not.
Yeah. Because if you were sticking up for me, the opportunity I gave you, you need to be doing it.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
That's true. That's true, Jay. And so and so we got it. We we got that twisted. So I'm not gonna allow you. I will fire you. As a matter of fact, I'll fire you quicker. Okay. I will fire you. Brother, I'll fire you quicker than I fire somebody because I expect more out of you. You know what this is about.
You supposed to be
right. Man, I will fire you so Yes, you got to go. You got to go. Because I'm not going. Why would I allow you, my brother, to mess up something that I'm trying to have for us? All because you don't want to do the bare minimum of what you supposed to do. And then you got people that say, well, I ain't come. I'm sure. You done seen it. Yeah, you done been on your job, and y'all done been on my job and come in, whatever day. I don't feel like working today. The boss better not ask me to do nothing, because if he do, I ain't going to do. And so you got family members that definitely got that kind of attitude. Why? Because that's your family. Well, if you don't want to do nothing, that's fine. But guess what? You're going to have to get up out of here. You're going to have to go somewhere else where you don't want to do nothing. Right. So, in saying that, it's instances where there is a cause for there to be a division. You see what I'm saying? There are some situations where it calls for there to be a division. Like you were talking about at the beginning of the show, Jay, and especially for those of you that are married. If you are going through situations and you keep going around it and going around it and going around it, and each time it escalates and it seems like it's getting worse and worse and worse, stop that thing, because at one point, if you don't resolve it like it needs to be resolved rightfully, you're going to end up in a bad situation. You're going to end up in a bad situation, and we see it all the time. Couples in court, and it's an ugly, bitter, nasty divorce. And in a lot of cases, crimes have been committed.
Oh, yeah.
Because they can't get along.
Because they can't get along. Deaths have been committed because they can't get along. They can't get along.
So.
People robbing each other because they can't get along. They can't get along. And it boils down to those negative things in people's character and attitude, such as envy. Envy and jealousy are the two top ones. They're the two very top ones. Envy and jealousy. Then comes fear.
Right.
Then comes insecurity. Insecurity, but the insecurity will produce envy and jealousy.
Yes.
And it's those negative things,
right,
that indwell in people, that keeps us at bay as to why we can't get along. Because that's the topic. Why is it that we just can't get along? marriages can't get along because you envying each other. Somebody, at least one person might be, rather than to esteem and what is supposed to be, and it's in the marriage vows, to cherish.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Love, cherish. I don't want to say the love part right now, but the other stuff.
Honor, when you
honor, cherish, honor, respect. Okay. So
now, if you're doing all of that,
building up, how you gonna build up when you tearing them down?
Right.
When you tearing them down?
Right. That's right. Yeah.
All right. Now, if you married them and they was no good for nothing, then you need to try to build them up to be something, than to keep tearing them down, telling them they no good for nothing when you knew they weren't good for nothing when you married them. How you gonna build them up? You done married them and said the vows now.
You married them,
Said the vows.
Yeah.
But you keeping them at bay by not building them up. I mean, it's even better for you to say this, baby. I know you wasn't no good for nothing, but I know you can be something. When I married you, I know you didn't have nothing. You didn't have it going on. I'm being honest with myself. I knew you were trifling. That's me to blame.
Right.
But you can be better. You can be better.
Yeah.
Because I'm admitting, I know you were like that.
Right.
So I can't really say I can fuss at you for being who you were and who you are.
Yeah.
When I married you, knowing these things,
that's true.
Knowing these things.
Yeah.
But what can I do to help you be better? You see?
Yeah.
But instead, we won't admit to the truth, and we want to keep beating them down. And when we do that, all we do is keeping them where they are. When we knew, up to the person that you knew what they were, when you married them.
And that's why y'all can't get along now, 25, 30 years later.
Right.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Good point, Jay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can't even esteem each other.
Yeah.
Because you're so stuck on you. This is what I want. Instead of saying what I want, then it's better for you to say what is it that you need. Because you put yourself in the position when you say that to serve. Because all right, this is for y'all Christian folk, Christian confessing folk. Okay. I can't judge. I can't judge. But Bob does say a tree will show its fruit. Yeah. Okay. All right. I can't judge. I can have discernment, but I can't judge. But there's one that can, and the big warning sign is for those that are confessing the so-called Christian. All right. Then here's the thing. Okay. What the Bible says in 1 Corinthians that Paul was talking about, when it talks about if you rather than burn the bed, get married. But right after that it says that the husband should do all that he can to please his wife. That's why it's going to be difficult to please the Lord fully, because the husband should be doing all he can to please his wife, because his attention is going to be split now, because he needs to try to please the Lord and please his wife in every possible way. And it says, and likewise the wife do all to please her husband, because her mind also is going to be split and please the Lord. And so in that part of pleasing each other, that means building up each other. All right. not tearing them down.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's his way for you to get along.
Right. That's his way for us to get along. Right. That's it. Yes.
That's just saying.
That's a good point, Jay.
Just
thank
saying.
you. I appreciate that.
Just saying. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. Like Rodney King said, can we just?
But you and I
can we all just get along?
Right.
Can we all just get along?
Do we fit in that?
Huh?
Do we get along?
Yeah, we get along.
Oh, okay.
See, I take your breadsticks from Bazooka.
Yeah. Yes.
Cause I might be sitting over there envying you got all the breadsticks.
Right. Yeah.
They ain't even offer me none. I'm gonna go take one out of the bag.
Right. Well, we gonna work that thing out, Jay. We gonna let it fester.
All right. Love the Mazzoli bread.
Yes.
All right, y'all. We out.
Bye.
We are out.
out. Jay, you might want to mention the place.
Okay, so all right, folk in the Clarksville, Tennessee area, Nashville area, surrounding cities, willing to travel. We probably have some people coming down from Atlanta.
Right.
People coming from Atlanta all the way down, and other places. We don't know. There is a major stage play. Major stage play. When I say major, what makes it a major stage play is the type of setting that's put in there. Like David Tallberg, Tyler Perry.
Yes.
Fully built stage presence. So that's what really makes it major. Then even musicals.
Absolutely.
But this is a drama play. A drama play. Then you have your musicals that have their sets and stuff, which is a major. Some of them are major, not all of them are major, because it's a musical. But it's the type of background, the stage prop.
Yes.
So that's taking place on December 9th.
Yes.
Here in the city of Clarksville, Tennessee, at the Austin Peay State University, starting promptly sharp at 7 o'clock. You don't want to miss it.
You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, you don't want to miss it.
You don't want to miss it.
Yes, if you want to see what some of the, I guess I'd give a little snippet about what it's about. It's about a dysfunctional family. The D family is the name of the family.
Yes.
You have deadbeat alcoholic dad who had molested his oldest daughter when she was 13. Came around that time is going, and so Mama D, who's really been trying to keep the family together, struggling. She's the only money taker inside. So she's going around trying to keep the family together, keep the food and bills and shelter. And for single women, there's a lot of single women. So I know they relate to that. You can still have a man in the house and still be a single, the single one holding the house together. Now those that have men in the house, that something has happened. They lost their job.
Right.
They're trying to get. That's a different situation. All right. That's when you're getting along, working toward a thing.
Yes.
Okay. But then you have some that have some men ain't trying to do nothing. Ain't trying to help with the bills. Ain't trying. Okay. They just another depth around the place. Okay. Just saying. Okay.
Yeah.
That's real life.
Yeah.
Real true life. Then you have a son. They have a son who's trying to get a CD. 15-year-old son trying to get a CD done, and turns to a drug dealer. That was kind of different. A lady drug pen. Lady drug pen. Rather than most times, that's all you see most times. All right. A lady drug dealer who signs a contract with him, making drug runs so he can make money to get his CD done, go to the studio. You got his uncle trying to working hard to try to be an example.
Yes.
Since the daddy ain't being no example. Being a spiritual leader, and his wife, that's kind of comical in itself. His wife was like 6 foot. He's like 5. She's like 6'1", 6'2". Yeah,
they're so cute.
They did look a little cute.
Yeah.
So you have that going on, and both of them were kind of spiritual minded, but Uncle is kind of a character himself.
Uncle,
he's spiritual, but he's a little character himself.
Yeah, yes.
But then you have you can't forget Slewfoot. Slewfoot.
Yes.
Homeless, idiotic fool. Boy, he's a homeless guy.
Yeah.
But he's charming.
He's charming.
He's charming, baby. Oh,
he is.
He's something else.
He
is. Grandma D.
Grandma D.
Oh,
y'all know Big Mama.
What?
Yeah, y'all know.
Yeah, everybody got a big mama.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Now they deal. Then you have the one that got molested when she was 13, the oldest daughter.
Yes.
She's dealing with some things.
And
anybody that's been molested, deals with a lot of things.
A lot of people,
right. Mm-hmm. And sometimes people who have, and it's not just it's mostly women, but there are males too who have been molested.
Yeah, but you don't hear that. They don't talk
they hold
about
males tend to really hold. I mean, women, there are a lot of women that's holding it in too, but males really hold it in because they don't want nobody to know. That's really degrading to a man.
Yeah.
That I got taken by another male.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I got taken by another male, and I ain't trying to be gay.
Yeah.
But I got taken by another male.
And Jay, and let me just say, on that point, if men, if you have dealt with this, let me just say, no, you have to know, it's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Women
women either. But know that there is help out here for you if you desire to get the help. Don't continue to live with this guilt, this shame. Don't continue to live with it. You can break free from it, and that's what this play, Jay. I've been just I really support it. And I believe that this play is going to do just that.
Yeah.
It's going to do just that if you allow yourself to be free from it.
Yeah. It's going to. As a matter of fact, there's some parts in it that's pretty chilling.
Absolutely.
That's pretty chilling. I think it's going to disturb some people because they really go hard at it.
Absolutely.
And, they didn't beat beat around the bush or work around it, give you they go at it. I mean, and it is chilling.
It's very chilling.
Chilling, I sat in on the rehearsal.
Right,
and and the cast was getting messed up.
I know, right?
So, I look for this to really go down.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss this play.
You don't want to miss this play.
As a matter of fact,
you don't want to miss it.
The cost of the play really inexpensive for a
major stage play.
Yes. $15.
Yeah, $15.
$15.
Yes.
I have seen plays that ain't got nothing on it.
Right.
Not even a major.
For more than that.
Yeah, they don't have no stage prop. They got nothing. And they want 25,
more
30. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's the truth.
Saying.
So if you're here in the Clarksville area, Friday night, the Clement Auditorium, come out. I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
Right.
I promise you will not be disappointed.
Right. And the other thing is, this play is a fundraiser for an organization called the People Helping People, who is promoting the play, producing the play, and to raise funds. The People Helping People organization is they are organized to help people with their utility bills. So it's a charitable organization. And like I said, they help people with their utility bills, like electric, water, and all that. And Lord knows the winter can get in. And that's really most of the time hit the worst during the winter months. But people sometimes get in a situation.
Right, that's right.
And it takes money. So y'all come out, contribute to the play.
Yes.
Because contributing to the play, you're contributing to this organization, the people, which is to help other people.
Absolutely.
Because they want to get along.
Well,
So how can you get along? Come on out and contribute to this play.
Absolutely.
Because you're contributing to getting along with everybody.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we're out of here.
We're out. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
She